Hey, this is Wileen Benson, and you are on the Daily Gratitude Call, where we start every day in gratitude. Gratitude is the highest energy state that we can be in. It creates a frequency of positive vibration that attracts positive experiences into our lives. Hey everybody, this is Wileen Benson. This is our Daily Gratitude Call. Thank you for joining us today. Lots of really great things that have been shared already with those who are here live of things that they're grateful for. And the one specific thing that felt like it just kind of brought everything together was gratitude for conscious choice. And I'm going to set a timer for 90 seconds. We're going to do a 90-second private silent meditation on gratitude for conscious choice. And then those who are here live will share what our thoughts are after that and see where that takes us. So 90-second private silent meditation, just writing down whatever comes to you on gratitude for conscious choice. Begin. All right. Before we started the recording, Deepti mentioned that she had shared a full moon process of letting go a month or so ago. I don't know. I haven't been watching the moon, so maybe we're getting close to a full moon again. I'm not sure. But she mentioned before we started the recording that there was a meaning assigned to that full moon process, and you can engage in that process, that activity, with full expectation that it's going to serve you, that there's going to be an actual letting go that happens if we consciously engaged in that activity of letting go of things under the full moon. And that happens when we have a limiting belief. In my work, with my clients, where I'm consistently taking my clients back to usually childhood events where a decision was made, a conscious decision was made that in the moment as a child, it felt safe. And those, as we look at those limiting beliefs, they're actually limiting beliefs because they are irrational usually. I would say almost always. They're irrational. And as an adult, we look at them, it's like, that's not serving me. It might have served me as a child. It might have served me to believe that I had a little bit of control, because as a child, we don't normally have control over what our parents make us do, or what, the living situations that we're in, or, what certain people might be, we might be the victim of something, and we don't really have a whole lot of control as a child. And so we create these beliefs in our minds that help us feel safe. And, but as an adult, we are inherently safe, and we have the ability usually to step away from any situation that is not serving us. We can drive a car, we can buy a plane ticket, we can, call the police. I mean, there's like lots of things that we can do as adults that we may not be able to do as a child. And it's really great to go back to some of those erroneous ideas that as a child served us, but now we can put away those childish things and we can step into consciously choosing new beliefs that will serve us more as an adult. So I'm really grateful for conscious choice as a child to assign these meanings to things that help us feel safe. And then I'm also really grateful as an adult to make a conscious choice of letting go of some of those old beliefs that are no longer serving me and to choose something else consciously. We've got Melissa and then Tyree.
So I love this topic. I had a little head start this morning. I was at the gym right at 5, so I got to come home at 6. And I always listen to either scriptures or a spiritual book while I'm at the gym. And I had the time to just ponder some of my thoughts, which is kind of rare. But I was actually starting my GPS, and I got to my inspired shortcut, and it was just so clear to me that my inspired shortcut was to before I got to that part, I was writing out a list of all the things I had to do today. And they're very like, do the lawn, I do some stuff in the garage, do some dishes, vacuum. And so my inspired shortcut was to detach my value from the things that I get done today. And to just know that I have inherent value no matter what I do. If I do one of those things or all of them, I can go to bed tonight allowing myself to feel completely have full value. And it was just such a freeing idea, even though I know that's true. I know that nothing I can do can take away any part of my value, but consciously choosing to allow myself to feel valuable no matter what I do was just so freeing this morning.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much. I know it does seem like such a logical thing, but so many times we do attach that. It's like, we judge ourselves for what we can accomplish. So thank you so much. Tyree.
So what came to me is an anchor, that we anchor our souls to Christ. So as a conscious choice, when we're in the middle of a storm, we can consciously choose to go into fear or to remain in faith and trust, and we can choose to anchor our souls to Christ or not. And I want to be firm amidst the wind and the waves with my eyes focused and centered on Christ, which serves as my anchor to stay on the path that I have promised to complete.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you so much. Oh, I love that thought. I subscribe to that belief as well. Thank you. Anyone else?
I'll share.
Deepti, thank you.
So what came to me is like when we watch a movie in a movie theater, there's a big screen in front of you. So the same way, what are we projecting in our internal mind, internal projection screen? Because whatever you're projecting on your mind screen is what's coming for you. Like, because where your attention goes is where your energy flows. So are we really paying attention to, what are we projecting on a single everyday basis on our mind of internal screen? And also the same way those fearful stories can block us from the flow of the universe, the same positive stories, if you display with a conscious choice on that internal movie screen playing in your head, that same positive story can empower your life. So it is our conscious choice. What are we really projecting to ourselves? Because our perception is going to come for us sooner or later.
Beautiful. Thank you.
And Just one last thing I wanted to add is I constantly keep a check on myself. And when I witness myself that I'm out of alignment with my power, because this is a real power, what are we putting
Mm-hmm.
out in the world? So I just quickly remind myself saying that I choose to see peace instead, instead of what the clutter I'm seeing in my head. So that's just one single line I try to remember as much, because it requires a lot of training of your mind and body, but I'm just trying to be more conscious of the choices I've been making, or the thoughts I've been thinking.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. I just want to make a couple comments on what you're saying. That creative power that you're talking about, we do have the power to create whatever we are focused on, whatever we put our energy and emotion into and our attention. And if we don't pay attention, there's going to be fearful stories, like you call them, that just kind of come in, and things begin, the creation starts happening of those things that we focus on. If we're not paying attention, it's usually like letting other things kind of clutter our minds. And I've had people say, well, I'm just being realistic. Well, what the heck is realistic? It's just as realistic that there's going to be a blizzard as it's going to be sunny. So which one do you choose? Do you choose to focus on the fearful story, or do you choose to focus on the positive story? Whichever one you choose, you can make that conscious choice to choose the one that you want to have the outcome be, because
So
either
whichever
way,
you choose, yeah.
Either way, you're going to create it. So it's important that we make that
Exactly. So
conscious choice.
whichever conscious choice do you make, either disempowers you from your own personal power with God, or empowers your own life.
Beautiful.
There's one little story I wanted to share. I don't know, I saw it somewhere, and it was just an example wherein there were a group of people. There was this man working in a retail store of shoes, and he was a new joinee. And when he joined in, he saw the other people, backbiting and backbitching about this one particular salesman who was very negative and draining in energy. But when he joined in, he made a conscious choice and a perception that, whenever he speaks to that particular person, they're going to really hit it off and have a bond. And what happened is, when he started working with that pessimistic guy, for him, he was not pessimistic, and he was what he thought he was in his head, with a conscious choice of not seeing him the way, others saw him.
I've had that experience too. It's so true. Thank you. Robert.
So if I understood the question, is making conscious decisions. Is that correct?
It's whatever inspiration came to you.
Well, I wish it was inspiration. Ever since yesterday, I thought, I'm trying to remove myself from the conscious decision that ever since birth, women are out to destroy me. And it's probably, I don't know whether it's a limiting belief or something I've experienced, but I realized that it can be a destructive force within me in searching for the positive that I've always searched for in my life, and wondering if I can still do that, if I can still find the positive, consciously find the positive in women.
Thank you, Robert. I appreciate you sharing that. And, just has been shared, you have this creative power within you, and the creative power is activated when there is a strong belief put in place. And even sometimes when we just allow things to be projected up onto our screen, we allow those things to just sit with us, and subconsciously we might be creating something that we don't want. If that sounds like it's very strong conscious and unconscious belief that women are out to destroy me, then it is highly likely, in fact, I don't think it could be any otherwise, that there are going to be women drawn into your life that you feel are, putting destructive energy onto you. And as a child, like I've mentioned before, that might have served you because, maybe you didn't have the power to stand up for yourself or to get out of a situation or whatever. And so it served you to believe that, this is being done to me and I just have to, deal with it. But let me ask you, is it serving you to believe that now? That women are out to destroy you?
I can only go based on past experiences between growing up and marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
So now in this moment today, let me ask you, are there any women that you have come in contact with that you feel are not out to destroy you?
yes,
Okay. So that is not an absolute truth.
correct.
So what would be a new belief that you could consciously choose that would be more close to the truth?
That not all women are out to destroy me.
Okay. That's a great transition. Not all women are out to destroy me. And
Yeah.
how does that feel? Does that feel more true?
It feels more true. I definitely have to let that sink
Okay.
in.
All right. So I'm going to
And
allow,
build on that.
I encourage you to write that down and just let that sit through the rest of the call and maybe even beyond the call.
Yeah.
And I know you and I are going to be having a call at some point that we'll be able to investigate this further as well.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. I encourage those who are here live to go to the chat. There's some really great, especially you, Robert, there's some really awesome stuff happening there in the chat. Any other, maybe some last thoughts before we move into our permission process? In fact, I'm going to go ahead and read what some of the things that are here in the chat, because there might be somebody listening who this might serve. Deep T says, Robert, you have to let go of old stories. You're not victim of your past, or you're not a victim of your wounded stories. You have to attract the right women. If you have the belief women come to destroy your life, you're going to attract shitty women. Start telling yourself a new story. I suggest you write in your journal the characteristics you want in your women. Scripting is powerful. Those characteristics you can go as in detail as you want, including her height, what color hair, etc. And I agree with that this conscious choice is, that first new belief that you've created that feels more true, that not all women are out to destroy me, then that makes way for maybe even gratitude for some women who haven't shown up that way for you. And that gratitude will be an even next step to starting to consciously choose the women that you want to include in your life.
Can I just add something?
Yes, go ahead, Deepti.
So for Robert, especially if you keep portraying that all women are there to destroy you, It's not going to, it's going to get you the shitty woman. But once you start scripting about the characteristics, or how you want to be felt by that woman in your life, that will easily flow to you, because you know what you lacked in your previous relationships and how you want to be felt or heard by a woman. Start scripting her characteristics and start scripting how you want to be felt, because the clear you are, like, just for an example, if my mother sends me to buy a powder for the washing machine, and if she does not tell me she wants like the powder, or she wants the liquid, the machine liquid for the clothes, and I step in a mall and I see 10 products to put in the washing machine, powder form, liquid form. Some would be like for soft clothes, some would be for hard clothes. So if you don't get into as much detail as possible, and if you're not clear of what you want, how the universe is going to give it to you, and if the universe gives it to you, it's going to be not what you really want, because you are unclear in your head of what you want. So the more detail you write, the more you are going to get that goal.
Beautiful. Thank you. It's going back to that kind of projecting up onto the screen, that what you are projecting out, you're going to receive. So if one of those character traits that you would like in a woman, so that how you're going to be received by that woman, maybe you want to be respected. And so then the projection out is you respect, you put out what you want to receive. So whatever those character traits that you're writing down of what you'd like to attract, all you have to do is just start being that, and then the energy will be attracted, the vibration will be aligned and attract that type of a person. Laura says, Robert, I want to say that I so understand why you feel this way, and I honor where you've been and what you've been through. You're a beautiful soul and an incredibly strong man. You're healing and restoring. Robert, I have deep respect for how you're conquering. Super powerful. Thank you. Tyreen.
I just wanted to say thank you, because I have a wonderful husband that's very supportive, but sometimes I just realized through you sharing that I think that sometimes I create trials in our marriage because of issues with my father that I've worked on but apparently haven't resolved completely. Because anyway, so thank you for bringing that to my attention.
Beautiful. And that's absolutely true. The issues that we have as children and the limiting beliefs that we create that help keep us safe as children, with our experience with adults, typically, or older siblings, if we don't resolve those, we will it will create patterns that constantly give us opportunities to work through those. And when we're consciously aware of now these victimizing decisions about ourselves and other people, then this is an opportunity. When we become consciously aware, that is the time to address it. And that's why we have our permission process. And that's why I have the askwylene.com, where you can have a call with me. Robert,
Thank you, everybody.
Did you have anything
just want
else
to say,
you'd like to share?
Just thank you for everybody adding what they've been saying. So
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Robert. I appreciate you being willing to speak that, because I know all of us have these things that we're working through. So thank you so much.
Thank you again.
Awesome. Laura says, Robert, I'm waiting for you to meet that woman and post it in the Facebook Messenger chat or our Facebook group. Start visualizing this too. You posting it and everybody congratulating you. How powerful. Thank you.
Deepti said that.
Oh, DT, thank you. I don't know why.
Credit where credit's
Oh,
due.
super powerful, Lara. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, we're going to go ahead and shift over into our permission process. And everybody has created just this wonderful opportunity for us to visualize exactly what we choose. So I invite you to go into a space of being aware, consciously aware of a situation in your life that maybe has been created because of a victimizing decision that was made in the past about how others are controlling us in some way. And whether that be God, or if it be the universe, if it's the environment, if it's the political government or whatever, or a spouse or a parent, whatever it is, just allow yourself to go into that space of understanding and having conscious knowledge, becoming more conscious of these decisions that we've made in the past that have felt true and that have felt like they've been keeping us safe. But now we're realizing that as we're becoming more conscious with these decisions that we've made in the past, that logically they really don't make sense and we really don't want to keep them, because we are such powerful creators that we're going to continue to create these situations that are in alignment with these decisions that we've made in the past that we have felt like have kept us safe. So just be aware of those conscious decisions. These would be limiting beliefs, and what the cost is of having those limiting beliefs, what those decisions in the past have created for us, and what they will continue to bring if you hold on to those. And with the limiting belief and that cost that comes with it, now you get to make a conscious choice. Do you want to keep those limiting beliefs? Are they producing what you want? Or do you want to change those limiting beliefs? You want to give yourself permission to choose a new belief. If you're ready to step into a new belief, say yes.
Yes.
Awesome. So as you are choosing into those, choosing to make a different conscious choice, now's time to consciously choose some new beliefs that will really serve you. New beliefs that, even though you don't have a lot of evidence in the past that they're true, that will align with a new vision that you'd like to create. And take a moment and actually create that vision. Consciously choose the vision that you want, whatever it is that you are wanting to, to have, instead of the old patterns that have been showing up. That now that we're interrupting this pattern, it's an opportunity right now to express some gratitude for what has been and for what is, and also making the conscious choice to choose something different. And we know that God wants joy and happiness and love for all of his children. And so as you're choosing these new things, just know that this is definitely more in alignment with what God would choose for you. So paint that picture and then create new beliefs that are in alignment with the new belief. And the most powerful new beliefs begin with I am. And so rather than saying something like, my wife or my husband does this, it would be I. What am I projecting? Because I am the one that can control me, and these other people around us, and the government and God and all of the universe, whatever, controls themselves. And so, but I can affect change by projecting something out that will create a new vibration that allows something new to be attracted to me. So what are the new beliefs beginning with I am that will really create this new vision that you have created for yourself? What it is that you want to create. And really bring your energy and your emotion into these new beliefs and into this vision. The more power that you can give these words, the more consciously you are choosing to have faith in these new beliefs until you actually start seeing evidence, the faster that it's going to be created. So really take a moment and and put your energy into these new beliefs and into this vision so that you can see it clearly, so that it feels like a physical anchoring experience, that you're feeling the tingling in your body, you're feeling the excitement and the joy of something new that's being created. Really allow yourself to feel those feelings. And one final question: what is the one most important thing that you could do today to really anchor in these feelings as a physical thing? We can feel it physically now in our imagination as we're creating this vision and creating the new beliefs. What is the one most important physical thing that you could do today, actual action step that you could take today that will give you some hard evidence to hang on to, an anchor to hang on to? What is your inspired shortcut to having this vision be reality in your life? And in a moment, I'm going to open it up for some shares. I would like to also extend an invitation to anyone, if you're feeling like you need some extra support in this area, to reach out to me on askwileen.com. Just go there and schedule a 15-minute call on my calendar. I'd love to have a conversation with you. Askwileen.com. I want to just share just an additional, some additional things that Deep T added. She says, and this is all part of that visualization and creating a physical, real experience, that positive experience, positive story that is just as real as the fearful story, because in this moment it's all ethereal. It's not, an actual physical experience. So both are just as real. And she says, you're gonna post it and everybody congratulating you. It's okay, whoever. Okay, so it's okay whether I said it or Laura said it. I want Robert to step up and invite that love. I am lovable. So many women are attracted to me. Have that fueling of ego and smiling to yourself. I'm worthy of love just the way I am. I'm attracting those women who really understand me so deeply. Yeah, this is a moment for you to really step into ego. I am all that. That is exactly what these affirmations are going to allow the actual experience to happen when we use our creative power by speaking these words. Thank you. Deep T, did you have something else you'd like to share?
Yes, so I think Robert should use this too. I am currently using this. It's supposed to be done as soon as you wake up and just before you are going off to sleep. Just 3 breaths as soon as, but the awareness should be not, the awareness of the breath should not be on the nose. The awareness of the breath should be on your heart. And take 3 deep breaths morning and night. When you breathe in, imagine a golden light entering your heart and say relationship is love. And when you breathe out, you know how that Wi-Fi sign is, imagine golden circles going out of your body into the universe and saying I am love. So breathe in, relationship is love, and breathe out, I am love. So that vibration is going to touch some woman and she's going to hop right in. So I am calling in for my soulmate for marriage. This is what I'm applying. Just 3 breaths morning and night. Very easy.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love that. I'm so glad that we have this recorded so that everybody can go back and hear these words again and take the time to write some of these things down so that you can practice them. Thank you so much, Deep T. We have time for maybe one more share. Laura?
Yeah. When we started off talking about conscious choice, honestly, I wasn't real super inspired, right? But it just happens. And probably just the space I'm in, definitely the space I'm in. So, but then as we were going through and everyone had such beautiful shares, and then through what came to me with the permission process was that there's a contrast between the unconscious past that drives me, what right, in some respects, continues to drive me. Those are the sources of the limiting beliefs. And they're not always noticed, right? I don't always see them there. But this process, being conscious of this process, brings them to light. And then I can consciously choose what has been unconsciously driving me, right? And so the new belief, I mean, if we think about the limiting belief being I'm a victim of the world, I'm a victim of the world. And there's still components of that I continue to work through. But the new belief, I am loved by the whole world. I love the whole world, and I am the conqueror of the world by creating and learning to consciously create the whole world that I see. And then the scripture that came to me was, I delight to do your will, O God, and your law is written in my heart. And so the idea there is, for me, it was so like restorative, because I can trust myself to create the world because I am aligned with God. And at the same time, that law that's written in my heart is the law, all of the laws of creation, of righteousness, of order. That law that is written in my heart is how we can, each one of us, create the entire world that we see, every aspect of it. And that's what I wanted to share.
Thank you. This is super powerful. I hope you guys will go back and listen to this. There's been so many wonderful things shared. And you know what I'm feeling with what you're saying, Laura, is that when we put our emphasis on our past and you know what that unconscious past that's still driving us, when we put our emphasis on those old limiting beliefs that were created because of situations and experiences that we've had in the past, then we don't have our eyes on Christ. We don't have our eyes on the Lord. And you know, the suggestion in the scripture of delighting to do his will and having the law written on my heart, it's like there's no way I could have my attention on anything but that if I am truly stepping into that, delighting to do his will and having the law written on my heart, then none of the other stuff exists. It's me and God creating right now in the way that he would have me live, which is always in love and joy and happiness and all of those peace and order and all those things. That's all that's possible if we have our focus on him.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we could continue talking. This could be a total masterclass in itself. So thank you all for what you have shared. We're going to go ahead and end our call today. Look forward to being back together with you again tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. I have not promoted my masterclass that's coming up on Friday as much as I usually do promote them. And so hopefully you guys are aware that I am doing a masterclass on the 7 gateways, your map to integrity in life and business, my book, and giving you some more information. That book has been out for almost a year now, and I've learned a lot of stuff since then. So I'm super excited to be able to share some new content, some new information with you on Friday, 11 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. I'm hosting this in the Lord's Way to Wealth public Facebook group. So if you're not a member of that group, make sure that you join there. Hopefully I'll be able to today or tomorrow at the latest put a registration link there, give you some information of how you can join that. And we'd love to have you all be part of that this Friday, just in a couple of days. So thanks for joining us today, and join us always on the Breakthrough with Gratitude Facebook group. And we'll look forward to being back together tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Mountain Time. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks so much for listening. And I encourage you to tune in every day to the Daily Gratitude Call. And the Daily Gratitude Call happens live every weekday morning. I'd love to have you join. So to find out how to join live, go to my website, WileenBenson.com. Thanks for tuning in.